The belief that NDEs are exaggerated or distorted over time is an assumption taken as gospel by many skeptics. But as Sigmund Freud warned us, if you regard yourself as a skeptic, it's good to have occasional doubts about your skepticism. There is not a shred of evidence to support the assumption that NDEs are embellished. But it's a plausible hypothesis. And fortunately, it's a testable one. It's important to test this because all that we know about NDEs comes from retrospective recollections. So we need to know whether they're embellished or not. Because we've been studying NDEs for 30 years now, we can answer this question. Back in the early 1980s, I developed an NDE scale, which I published in 1983, that divided the NDE into various components, dealing with thought processes, with emotional states, with paranormal phenomena, and with otherworldly events. The cognitive component included things like time distortion, time stopping, time going fast or slow, thoughts going faster than usual, a life review or panoramic memory, and a sudden revelation or sense of understanding. The emotional component included a sense of peace, feelings of joy, a sense of cosmic unity, one with everything, and an encounter with a warm, loving being of light. The paranormal component included extraordinary sensory vividness. People talk about seeing colors they've never seen before, hearing sounds they've never heard before, frank extrasensory perception, visions of the future, and being out of the physical body. And then the otherworldly component includes being in some other unearthly mystical realm, encountering some mystical being or presence, seeing deceased relatives or religious spirits, and coming to that border or point of no return beyond which you can't come back to life. The dominant model in our society for at least the past 30 years has been the one that Raymond Moody proposed in 1975. He said that this is what happens when you have an NDE. First, it's ineffable, which means there are no words for it. You can't describe it in words. He said you hear yourself pronounced dead, you have feelings of peace, you hear unusual noises, you see a dark tunnel, you leave your body, you encounter spiritual beings, you see the bright light or the living being of light, you have a life review, you go to a realm where all knowledge is available. In the deeper, more elaborate NDEs, you also encounter cities of light, sometimes realms of bewildered spirits. You encounter a supernatural rescue, come to that border or point of no return, and finally come back into the body. Moody also said that people have after effects after the NDE, predominantly frustration in trying to tell others about the experience, a broadening and deepening of their attitudes toward life, elimination of their fear of death, and corroboration of the things they saw when they were out of their bodies.